In the year 170, amid the cold night on the front lines in Germania, Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, sat down to write. Perhaps it was before dawn at his palace, or maybe during a brief moment of solitude at the Colosseum. Ignoring the bloodshed below, the exact location doesn't matter. What does matter is that this man, revered as the last of the 5 good emperors, took to his journal, not for an audience, not for publication, but for himself. Just as people wonder today, they wondered then, how did Marcus Aurelius become Marcus Aurelius? How did he resist the corruption of power and the strain of stress? He would likely point to a single habit, his most essential daily practice, journaling. His favorite philosopher, Epictetus, remarked that people labor on their bodies but neglect their souls. Thus, Epictetus urged daily engagement with philosophical reflections, writing them, reading them aloud, discussing them. And this is why Marcus Aurelius journaled. For him, it was what scholars now describe as spiritual combat. Through writing, he fortified his soul, constructing an inner stronghold, an indomitable core against fate, chaos, hysteria, vice, and external forces. If you aspire to a life well lived, you must build your spirit, construct that inner fortress, and journaling is one of the most proven and effective methods to do so. Here are 7 strategies from the Stoics to help you journal like a master. Begin in the morning. Despite his own admitted struggle to rise from his warm bed, Marcus Aurelius often began his journaling early in the day. When you wake up, he wrote, tell yourself that the people you will deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He understood that these people act this way because they cannot distinguish good from evil. We can imagine Marcus reflecting in his journal on the challenges he expected to face that day and how he intended to respond. A healthy mind should be prepared for anything, he said, like a wrestler poised for sudden attacks. You too should prepare, plan, and meditate each morning on how you intend to conduct yourself throughout the day. Envision all possible scenarios in your journal and plan your best responses. Keep it private. Why did Marcus Aurelius, amidst the burdens of war, spend precious hours writing by lamplight? It wasn't for us. He wasn't writing to leave a legacy. He was writing for himself. What we know as Meditations was initially titled to himself. Tim Ferriss, reflecting on his own journaling habit, said, I don't journal to be productive. I don't do it to find great ideas or to create publishable prose. These pages are for no one but me. Many people avoid journaling out of fear or intimidation. They think they're bad writers or worry their thoughts aren't worth recording. But that's the beauty of journaling. No one else has to read it. Not even you. One translator described Meditations as a self-help book in the most literal sense. And that's precisely what journaling is, self-help. Help for yourself. Reinforce the essentials. It's hard not to notice the repetition in Marcus Aurelius' writing, a fact that some criticize. But that criticism misses the point. The repetition was intentional. Marcus was reminding himself of the most crucial lessons. Remember your mortality, he writes. Do not live as if you had endless years ahead of you. Death overshadows you, while you are alive and able. Be good. He reminds himself of his duty to the common good. Undertake nothing for any reason but the common good. He emphasizes the importance of returning to philosophy, not as your instructor, but as a soothing balm. For Marcus, journaling was a meditative practice, almost like prayer, repeating wisdom until it became second nature, so that muscle memory could be translated into actions. Aristotle's belief that we are what we repeatedly do resonates here. Marcus echoed this sentiment. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. Thus, your life takes on the hue of what you write in your journal. Release it on the page. Like all of us, Marcus had plenty of reasons to feel stressed and angry. Life didn't always go as he wished. He made mistakes, faced betrayals, plagues, wars, natural disasters, financial crises, and family strife. Despite this, it's rare to find any account of him losing his temper or letting stress overwhelm him. This makes sense. A Cambridge University study found that journaling during stressful times improves both physical and psychological health. Why should we feel anger at the world? Marcus wrote, as if the world would notice, and when frustrated by others' behavior. He advised, turn around and ask when you have acted like that. We all harbor destructive thoughts. But as Frank observed, paper is more patient than people. We should put our angry thoughts on the page, leaving them there instead of projecting them onto others. Collect your favorite quotes. The Roman writer and philosopher Seneca wisely advised, we should seek out the useful teachings and the noble-minded sayings that are immediately applicable, not outdated expressions or extravagant metaphors. Marcus Aurelius filled his journal with quotes from the works he found inspiring, whether from the 5th century playwright Euripides, whom he quoted often, or the teachings of Epictetus, Sophocles, Heraclitus, Socrates, and many others. Marcus described seeking the seat of intelligence, a place he visited for encouragement. His journal was his way of recording and recalling this wisdom. Ask yourself the hard questions throughout meditations. Marcus continually questions himself, his actions, decisions, and the path he's on. Why am I here? How should I live my life? How do I ensure what I do is right? How can I guard myself against the stresses and pressures of daily life? How should I deal with pain and misfortune? How can I accept that one day I will die? He prompts himself to consider, if it doesn't harm my character, how can it harm me? And he reminds himself that most of what we say and do is not essential. If you can eliminate this, you'll have more time and more tranquility. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Much of what we do is habitual or imposed by others, and it might not serve us well. Improvement begins by asking ourselves tough questions daily in our journal. Reflect in the evening. To improve, one must review. The Stoics believed in examining each day and one's actions at the day's end. Seneca described it, when the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent. Aware of this habit that's now mine, I examine my entire day, reviewing what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by. Ask yourself, did I follow my plans for the day? Was I adequately prepared? What could I have done better? What did I learn today that will aid me tomorrow? A Harvard Business Review study found that participants who journaled at the end of each day improved their performance by 25% compared to those who didn't. As John Dewey, the American philosopher, put it, we do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. This is the path to greatness, self-awareness, and self-reflection. Journaling is uniquely suited to foster these qualities. Marcus knew this, and he lived it. So, why wait? Start journaling now. And who knows, perhaps in writing solely for yourself, you might inadvertently create something that endures, something that teaches and helps others for centuries to come. As Brand Blanchard said of Marcus Aurelius, few now care about the marches and countermarches of the Roman commanders. What the centuries have clung to is a notebook of the thoughts of a man whose real life was largely unknown, who put down in the midnight dimness not the events of the day or the plans of the morrow, but something of far more permanent interest, the ideals and aspirations that a rare spirit lived by. And so it might be for you. Start today. If you're looking for a journal, we recommend the Daily Stoic Journal, a tool we designed based on the Stoic practice of journaling. It will help you prepare for the day ahead. Set your intentions, and at the day's end, review your progress to ensure you're following your philosophical journey as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus did, with nearly 20,000 words of Stoic wisdom and meditations. This journal has helped countless people worldwide. Thank you for watching Grit Essence. If you're eager to delve deeper into Stoicism, explore our other videos here. Don't forget to subscribe, we'd appreciate it. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and always remember the 4 Stoic virtues: courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom.